Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at a camera that appears to be something that it isn't, and it's the Halina Prefect. It looks like a TLR camera, but it's not. It's known as a pseudo TLR, which essentially means it's a fixed lens, fixed focus camera that looks like a TLR but isn't. I've got quite a thing, funnily enough, perhaps it's a kink or a quirk, I don't know, but I quite like Halina cameras. They're simple, they're cheap, they're not too badly made, and I've got quite a collection now, one of which I've already reviewed on the channel. In this particular episode I'm going to look at this camera in a little bit more detail, and in another video I'll actually be using it and shooting a roll of film. So let's have a little bit more of a look, a closer look at this camera. So yes, the Halina Prefect, it's essentially a box camera, and we've got the viewing lens here, and you don't focus, but you compose your image by looking through the viewing lens there, which gives you an image through here. I'll cut in an example of the viewing screen. It's very clear and bright, and you won't have any problems composing your subject. And here we have the taking lens. Now it takes 120 roll film and takes 6x6 images, so you get 12 images on a roll of 120. As it says on the lens surround, it's Hanking's f8 double meniscus lens, and it's a fixed focus lens with an f8 aperture, but you can alter the aperture from f8 to f11 to f16, and it's got a fixed shutter speed, which is self-cocking, of around 1/30th of a second. It's quite well made, and it's got a couple of strap lugs there on either side, and it's got the rewind there on the side, and on the back it's got quite a nice, it's supposed to be spring loaded, this, but this one isn't, and I can't see that it actually was, although from the information I've read on it, it should be, but I can't see it. So you flip that up to read off your frame number, so that when you're winding on your film, you can easily see when the next frame's in view. So there is also what looks like a flash sync here at the bottom left hand corner. So as you can see, all in all, it's a very, very simple camera, and it's well made. I quite like it. It's quite hefty. Most of the ones you find for sale are in all black, but there's another one which is less common, and that's grey, and I've seen one in brown. Now it doesn't look as though it's something that someone's actually painted and cobbled together themselves. It actually looks like a factory colour, although extremely rare. So let's have a look at how you take the back off to load your film. On the bottom here, well, it's got an arrow. It's got an arrow there. You see, if you move it to one side, then we can take or move the back up, and that gives us access to the film holder, which we pull out that lever or dial for winding on your film, and just pull out the back, and then you can wind your film on to the holder. As I say, it's a very simple but well made camera, and I look forward to using it. Part 2 of this video, which will be coming out in a week or so's time, we'll be actually shooting with it and seeing what the images look like. And I'm quite looking forward to that. So how much do these cameras go for? Well, when I first saw this camera, it was there for about £24, £25 I believe, or rather it was up for auction, and the final selling price was £25, which is quite good for this particular camera. But then I spotted it had been sent back, and the reason it had been sent back, which I'll show you, were twofold. Firstly, although it was pictured, the case for it was split at the bottom. Now you can repair that, but I don't tend to use them very often, the camera cases, but I'll store them in there. And secondly, if I open this up, you've seen from the previous images of the viewing screen in action, well, it was really dusty in there, and the purchaser sent it back, and the seller took it back and then relisted it at a much lower price, and I managed to get this for £11, and it was still dusty inside. So all you need to do to clean it was undo these screws here and here, and I believe there, and it just pulls off, and then you can get access to the inner screen and dust it off, and now it is very clear. There's still a few spots which I couldn't remove, but maybe I'll do that a little later. But as I say, that's the Hanking Halina Prefect. Thanks for watching. I will be taking some images with this, as I said, and you'll see those in a couple of weeks. Okay, thanks very much. See you soon.